Are you looking for the best dual-fuel generators? In this video we will look at some of the 6 best dual-fuel generators on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description. So make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Number 1. Westinghouse WGen 9500DF Dual-Fuel Generator. When it comes to choosing a good all-around generator, it's tough to beat the Westinghouse WGen 9500DF. This powerful generator runs on gasoline or propane, and selecting one or the other is as simple as flipping a switch. The WGen 9500DF comes with a 6.6-gallon gasoline tank that will power the unit for up to 12 hours at a 25% load. Actual runtime will depend on gasoline quality and how much power you're drawing. On propane, it can run up to 7 hours on a 20-pound tank when drawing a 50% load. This model has a 120 divided by 240 V-50A outlet, a 120 divided by 240 V-30A locking outlet, and 4 120 V-20A GFCI outlets. At 9,500 running watts on gasoline, it's powerful enough to run several tools simultaneously as well as an oven/range combo and clothes dryer separately. The downsides? At 211 pounds, this is a heavy generator. It's also loud, comparable to a motorcycle, which is enough to annoy neighbors yet reasonable for its output. If you're looking for a quiet model, this might not be it. It is, however, a powerhouse of electrical output using whichever fuel is preferred. Number 2. WGen-DF250i Super Quiet 2500-watt dual-fuel generator. The WGen-DF250i 2500-watt dual-fuel generator is sized right for small power needs. It runs on either propane or gas, and its 2 USB ports and 2 standard household outlets are perfect for powering tools at a small job site or cell phones, a TV, and lights at a campsite. In our tests, we first used the one to power a circular saw and a shop light. Because the circular saw required significant power, 1,500 watts, the machine bogged down briefly before ramping back up and holding steady. We then plugged in several small electronics, including a cell phone, a boombox, and a shop light. Overall, the one was intuitive and easy to use, and converting it from gas to propane was also simple since it happens automatically when needed. The manufacturer suggests installing an altitude kit, sold separately, when using the machine above 3,000 feet, but we performed our testing without it at just over 5,000 feet and had no issues. Number 3. DuroMax 12,000-watt dual-fuel portable generator. When it comes to portable generators, 12,000 watts is near the top end in terms of power. The DuroMax dual-fuel portable generator is a monster that can power several tools and appliances simultaneously, without throwing a breaker. We tested the DuroMax using gasoline and propane. It can run up to 8 hours on a full 8.3-gallon gas tank when pulling a 50% load and up to 7 hours on propane at 50% capacity. It also has an electric starter and a carbon monoxide (CO) sensor that automatically shuts the generator down if it senses hazardous levels of CO gas. The DuroMax comes with several plug-in ports that extend its usefulness. It has a 120 V-30A outlet, a 120 divided by 240 V-30A outlet, 2 120 V-20A outlets for standard power cords, and one 120 divided by 240 V-50A outlet. We tested it by running our refrigerator, most of the entertainment devices in our home, and even a window AC that pulls a lot of juice. It didn't lag at all. Though we liked its power, the DuroMax missed the mark in a few areas. It doesn't have drop-down generator covers to protect the outlets, and it only has 2 120 V standard outlets. Like other gas-powered generators, it's also loud. Overall, though, we found this generator powerful and easy to use, particularly at this price point. Number 4. Pulsar 2200-watt dual-fuel quiet inverter generator. We tested the Pulsar 2200-watt inverter generator and found it great for powering small tools and devices for up to 8 hours. With a 1.18-gallon gas fuel tank, it supplies 1,800 running watts and 2,200 peak watts. With propane, it delivers 1,600 running watts and 2,000 peak watts. Setup was a bit difficult initially due to a side panel we had to manually force off to access the oil fill port. After that, though, getting the generator ready to start for the first time took only a couple of minutes. After giving the recoil start a couple of pulls, we found that the engine came to life quickly. Our test rig included a couple of heat guns and hair dryers running simultaneously on different high and low settings to vary the load. We found the generator handled 1,800 watts as advertised, but noise levels seemed louder than expected yet still in a reasonable range for output. Overall, this generator is a great option for light-duty needs such as small DIY projects and powering a couple of household appliances during an outage. Number 5. WGen DF11000T dual-fuel electric start generator. For a propane generator ready to go at a moment's notice, the WGen DF11000T is a great option. This powerful generator produces 11,000 peak watts, required to start a powerful tool like a saw, and 8,300 running watts when using gasoline. It provides slightly less power when operating on propane, 9,500 peak watts and 7,500 running watts, but that's still a lot of electrical power. After its initial break-in period, we rotated through several tests, using the one to power a chest freezer, full-size fridge freezer, laptop, tankless water heater, shop lights, table, chop saw, and circ saw. It didn't show signs of being under any load except for a split-second surge when we started up one of the saws. Saws are notorious for drawing a lot of power on startup. We tested all the tools and items we could think of and had no problems. Then, we did it all again while running the WGen on propane. We got the same excellent results, and switching from gasoline to propane only required flipping a switch. This model comes with an electric start and has a large 6.6-gallon tank that will keep it running for up to 8.5 hours, at a 50% load. It features 4 standard household outlets, a 30A outlet, and a 50A outlet. Like many fuel-powered generators, the WGen is pretty loud, about as noisy as a lawn mower. Yet, based on our tests, that's a small price to pay for the hefty amount of power this durable generator provides. Number 6. Champion 7500 watt dual-fuel generator. This Champion 7500 watt dual-fuel generator is powerful enough to supply critical home circuits during an electrical outage or enough electricity for an off-grid DIY building site. Its startup is easy and intuitive, with a manual choke lever, an electrical start switch, and a recoil cord. During testing, it started on the first pull every time. Using gas, the Champion generator produces 9,375 starting and 7,500 running watts. A full 7.7-gallon tank will provide up to 10 hours of runtime at a 50% electrical load. On propane, it operates at 8,400 starting and 6,750 running watts, working for up to 5.5 hours on a 20-pound propane tank. It has 2 GFCI-protected duplex household outlets, a 120V 30A locking outlet, and a 120 divided by 240V-30A locking outlet. We used the Champion at a building site to run a portable table saw, miter saw, pancake air compressor, router, and several battery chargers. The tools ran perfectly, and the generator didn't lag. At home, we used it to run heavy-duty extension cords to individual appliances, easily powering our fridge, deep freezer, microwave, and either a space heater or window air conditioner. The only things we didn't love about this generator were its fuel-guzzling nature and how difficult it was to transport. Its hard plastic wheels worked fine on pavement, but this 205-pound machine was not easy to roll across soft ground or lift into and out of our truck. For those looking to power an RV, be aware its 74 dB noise level will be too much for most campgrounds.